Hi there. Happy Thursday. Oh my gosh, this week is like flying by already. It's nuts. And this morning was actually really crazy, and it's amazing how fast that flew by too. Like, you kind of have like your plan for what you're going to do for the day, and then like emails start flying in and things are always just crazy. But anyway, I wanted to hop on for a little bit and just share a little bit about my fitness journey and why I do believe health and fitness is accessible for everyone. And that's why I'm so passionate about spreading the word about it. My name is Lauren Delaney. I am a certified personal trainer, health coach, and I run the website, The Bikini Experiment. And the goal of Bikini Experiment is to provide health, nutrition, and fitness content for women. So this means lots of healthy lifestyle content. It means quick and easy recipes, nutrition tips, as well as workouts and training advice. And I started this blog a couple of years ago, just kind of as an extension of what was starting to matter more and more to me in my life. I wasn't a trainer yet. I wasn't certified as a health coach. That all kind of came later. But I always loved to write. I was an English major in college, and I wasn't fulfilled by any of my jobs, really. I'd had a couple of different ones in corporate marketing, and I wasn't really getting to do the kinds of things I like to do. I was doing a lot of business development, a lot of customer service, and it wasn't really giving me opportunities to write, really. And that had always been a passion of mine. So it was actually Scott pushing me. He kept encouraging me to start a blog, and I just did one day. I mean, I just kind of Googled it. I went to the almighty Google and I asked how to do it, and that sort of started my whole journey with it, and I knew nothing about it, nothing, and I'm still learning more each day. And blogging, and what pushed me, I think, to take the leap there was that I needed something to fulfill me, and I really didn't have that at the time. You know, just kind of like that creative outlet. I had done a lot of acting. I've been all over the place. I had done a lot of acting, and I really couldn't manage that in my schedule anymore. So I really needed that creative outlet. So why health and fitness? And for anyone who I've probably known for years, like back to high school, they're kind of like, what? I always think of that sometimes when I hop on these live broadcasts or even share any of my posts, because I was not athletic at all in high school, in college, any of it. And I want you to share this video with anyone you know who has this background, who has ever been in this boat, or even who looks back on those days and was like, I was athletic in college, that was 10 years ago, it's in the past. No, you can do any of this today. That's why I shared the other day, you know, you can get a fresh start any day, even a Tuesday. It doesn't matter. You just have to make that commitment to yourself today. So like I said, absolutely no athletic background. I used to try and get out of anything I could in gym class. I was last picked for every team, because not only was I not coordinated and not good, I made no effort either. I was that girl on the volleyball team who was like, oops, was that in my zone? I didn't know. So I was absolutely that girl, and I made no effort. I didn't want to sweat, and I was just checking the clock to see when those classes would be over, because I was miserable. College, I mean, it wasn't really so much of a mandatory thing, so I was able to kind of like just get away with not doing anything. I think I remember I took Tai Chi as my gym requirement in college, because I went to a liberal arts school, and we did have a pretty hefty amount of requirements we had to take for graduation, and I took Tai Chi. So again, not really wanting to push myself too hard. All throughout my 20s, same thing. I never really, was serious about the gym. I walked for exercise. Gosh, I mean, it's like amazing. I really knew nothing about nutrition. I didn't know what was good for me. I didn't know what a macronutrient was. There was just so much I didn't know. But as I've shared before, what really really was the turning point for me was my car accident. I had this horrible car accident, and for any of you out there who've experienced any type of injury, any type of illness, that really can be your wake-up call. And I remember going to a chiropractor because I had, really, bad back pain after the accident. I remember seeing a chiropractor, and he was like, "I'm concerned that you are so weak for your age." I was about 30, and he was like, "Gosh, you're just so weak. You really need to get in the gym, get stronger, and start lifting some weights." And he really cared, and for some reason, what he said just truly resonated with me. I think because I was searching for something. I was uncomfortable a lot. I sat at a desk at work, and I was just so uncomfortable that for some reason I was just really open and receptive to hearing what he said, and I took action on it. And I joined this a local. I thought about it. I thought about all the things that had not allowed me to continue kind of like the fitness habit or the gym habit for so long. And it was like maybe choosing a gym not close enough to work, going home after work and trying to change and get to the gym, and it would be too late. And I tried to remove all of those obstacles. I joined a gym really close to work. I got that gym bag and I packed it, at night for the next day. And lastly, my biggest hurdle of all was just being generally intimidated by the gym. I didn't know how to use weights. I felt very uncomfortable. I just felt like everyone was looking at me. They weren't. I doubt they really cared, like at all. But I just felt so vulnerable. I felt like everyone was watching me, and that's really just not. If you're so self-conscious, it just gets so hard to break out of your comfort zone. So what I did was I hired a trainer to help me break through that. And that was really, really crucial for me. I had one trainer actually two, who I started with and left the gym. And I've kind of shared before, I ended up, as luck would have it, with Scott, who's my boyfriend now and my longtime, personal trainer and advisor. So I've been so fortunate to have them. And I recognize that, training long term is not accessible financially for everyone. But I had that brief moment in time where I could make that investment to work one-on-one with somebody, and I really needed that to gain confidence. And one thing has led to another, and that's what it's all about. It's a journey, and I know it's a little cliche we say that, but it's truly a journey, and one thing leads to another. It's truly amazing how it's all connected and how that kind of just evolves. Like I, was intimidated by the gym, and I can only, really commit to 3 days a week, but 3 days became 4. I started to gradually feel more comfortable. Then I started to get more and more interested in nutrition. And it's just amazing how each thing kind of leads to the other. Each discovery follows the next. And I'm still learning now. Like there's just so much information out there, and things change all the time. I'm always kind of like, I'm just sort of hungry for that knowledge. And I think because that was my experience, that the knowledge was so powerful, and it truly encouraged me to change all of my habits and to learn more and more and to kind of keep going with it. And the thing is too, I think because I was coming from a place where I wanted to get better and I wanted to be healthier, I wasn't so much attached to any one outcome. I think that that's what made it fun for me, was focusing more on the performance of it. I wanted to be able to do X, Y, or Z at the gym. So I would work towards those goals. I'd start to eat better so that I could perform better. And it really became just this step-by-step process where I just kept working towards getting better. Better than yesterday was my motto. And I've really, really pushed to kind of continue to do that. And we all have, these little setbacks, things, do not always go perfectly as planned, and that's part of it. And you kind of have to embrace it. You have to really just make it fun, make it part of who you are. And I think that that's where the true joy comes from, because you start to see results, but it's not just physical results. It changes the way you feel and the way you look at things. And that's so much a part of my message and so much of what I want to share with others. And I just don't want anyone to ever feel like they're not enough or it's too late to get started. It's not. It's really, really not. I mean, people do all of these things as they get older, as they, move on in their journey. And I think making yourself a priority, making your health a priority is always, always just so important. And I really want to encourage you to look inside and kind of consider where you could get better, where you could improve your performance, where you want to go. And never be limited by your circumstances, your age, or where things are right now. Because where things are right now is not where they're going to be. Nothing's ever permanent. So I want you to always remember that. And this is just a little bit that's on my mind. I work with clients, as I share more information, I just think about how my story has evolved to making me so passionate to getting the word out about this, because I want people to know that truly living healthy is accessible and manageable for everyone. So that's why I try to share as many tips as I can. I really want to be that resource for people, because I want to get that information out there. So I thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate it. If you're catching the replay later, it's awesome to see you there as well. And like I said, please be sure to share this with anyone in your life who may be questioning their journey, their path, or where they are, because we can all get to where we want to go. Thank you so much again, and have an awesome day.